Greetings, comic friends. It is Wednesday. It is time for TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. We had a nice little week here. Some really good stuff. Have a total of 13 books. And a little bigger than what I want, though. I'll do this one first. Spider-Woman. This was supposed to be last week. But my shop was shorted last week, so I didn't get it until this week. So, taking that out, only 12, which is one less. You cannot argue with that. 12 is one less than 13. I'm honestly okay with the amount here, considering the stuff that's in it. The kind of stuff that wouldn't normally be here. But we'll start off the top. Probably the book I'm most excited for this week, and that is Moon Knight. I love Moon Knight. I know that he has gotten very popular lately, but I will go and say it. I've always loved Moon Knight. I was into Moon Knight before Moon Knight was Moon Knight. I've read, I have everything, all of his series. I haven't read all of them yet because, oddly enough, I'm currently reading through Mark Spector Moon Knight, which is the only Moon Knight series I haven't read all the way through yet. I've had it for a while, but I'm just finally getting around to reading it. But I do have all the other series, and I've always read Moon Knight. So this is getting read first. I'm super excited. I hope it's great. The problem with Moon Knight, the difficulty with Moon Knight is always keeping that balance between his sort of his schizophrenia and not making it interesting but not taking it too far. Right. The first volume of Moon Knight, I think, had a good balance, where it was really just him taking on these personas, and then towards the end, it started to hint at, like, maybe he kind of gets confused with these. It was nice. This series, from what I've read so far, is not even a thing. There's no mention of it. I'm 9 issues in, and he has only ever been Moon Knight and Mark Spector. He's never been Jake Lockley or anybody else. It's just pretty standard superhero fare. Coming back from the West Coast Avengers, just being, a Batman-esque character. Then you get into a later run. I can't remember who. I think it's Bendis's run, right, where his multiple personalities went further, whereas like he thought he was both like Wolverine, Spider-Man, and somebody else. Was it Cap? Like it was too much. So I'm curious to see how that's handled here. I think it does need to be mentioned. I think it's an interesting part of the character that he is schizophrenic and he has some mental health issues. But it needs to be an interesting part of the character and not define the character, I guess. And I think that's what's hard to do with Moon Knight. So we'll see how McKay does. So I very rarely anymore pick up limited series, but Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, written by Dan Jurgens. I love both these characters. I like Dan Jurgens a lot. It's just, I can't say I will never pick up new limited series, because sometimes something like this comes along and there's no choice. There's no choice. No Ghosts in Hiroshima. This, let's see, what this is, Scout Comics. So this, again, is something that I pre-ordered months ago and it showed up. I don't remember what the solicit is, what it's supposed to be about, but I had ordered it, so I picked it up. I've actually been pretty lucky with, the last few weeks I've had a few of these number ones where I picked them up because I had pre-ordered them from a while ago. And I read the number one, I'm like, I'm okay without it. It's all right. In the past, maybe I would have picked it up because there was some interest, but now, with a little more discerning eye, I've decided not to pick up on a lot of those. Now, that's not always the case. So, for example, Silver City. So, Silver City number 3 came out. I really liked number 1, so I decided to add it. I read number 2. I didn't like it near as much as number 1. So, number 3 might be my last. I don't know. If it doesn't really catch me like number 1 did, then I'll just go ahead and cut it. That was, in the past, it's been hard for me, but I think I'm going to do it. You have Thor Annual number 1. So I'm not terribly excited about this. I do for all of the series that I subscribe to, I also say subscribe to the annuals because I don't want to miss annuals. If this is anything like the Spidey annual, where it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes place in some weird, this Infinite Destinies arc or whatever. I really didn't care for the Amazing Spider-Man annual. I don't know what this is going to be about. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it doesn't really tie into this other thing. I don't know. But I picked it up because I ordered it. I order all annuals. And, I'm not going to change that. That usually ends up being a good idea because a lot of time annuals have some really good stuff in them or things that pertain to a current ongoing story. So I never want to miss an annual. It's just when you do that, when you be safe and you subscribe to all annuals, sometimes you got to commit to buying some stinkers. It's just the way that it is. Shadecraft number 5. This is heating up. I don't mean like spec or buzz or whatever. The story is heating up. The important thing about comics, the story, is heating up. I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad that I decided to pick up this. I read the first issue. I actually didn't read the first issue until after it had come out. I borrowed it from someone, I had interest in it, and someone gave me their copy, and I read it before the second issue came out. And I got to pick this up. This is really good, and I'm glad that I did. The story is really good. Proctor Valley Road, number 5. This is either the last or the penultimate issue of this, I believe. It's been really good. Boom's doing great. Even these little stories, they don't have to be ongoing things like Something is Killing the Children. Their little mini-series they're doing. Grant Morrison's on it. Grant Morrison's a great writer. This was a great story. I've loved it. Nottingham up to number 5 already. I'm actually pretty impressed with the consistency of this book for these indie titles. Sometimes it's not very consistent, but I think Nottingham has been fairly on the mark with all of their releases. Was this Mad Cave? Yeah, Mad Cave. It's great. Again, like number 5, little twist here that was at the end of number 4 to really kick off the 5th issue and probably starting to wrap things up a little bit. I'm not sure how long this is planned on going, but we're starting to get real into the real swing of things with that series. So continue to enjoy it. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. This might be in Silver City territory. I really like the first issue. The second issue didn't grab me as much. We'll see what number 3 does. I think it's sitting better than Silver City right now, as far as its chance in getting cut. But excuse me. We'll see. I'm not if I don't really like issue 3, I'm not opposed to cutting it. I'll say that. Homesick Pilots number 7. It's a new arc. Things are different. The story has taken a bit of a turn. It's no longer like the first handful of issues were oh, I understand what this is about. I'm really into this. It's turned into a little bit of something else. Not that it's not good. It's just not what it, I think, originally was, or set itself out to be, or advertised itself to be, maybe. We'll see how this arc goes. I did really like the first arc. I like the general idea. So we'll see. We'll see. We have Phage. I think it's pronounced Phage. Phage. I'd say Phage. So the third part of Extreme Carnage. It's dumb symbiote fun. Look, don't get offended. Don't get offended when I say symbiotes they're dumb and they're overdone and all that stuff. Don't get offended by it. I love it too. It's okay to admit that you like bad things. You know who I'm talking to. And they're not bad. It's just a continuation of just like this 90s schlock. Like we came up with a mechanism to pump out characters that are super hot and crazy, hot as in like popular at the time. Venom was cool. Let's make 50 Venoms. Yeah, what's better than one Venom? 50 Venoms. It's ridiculous. It's not good storytelling. I'm sorry. Do I love it? Yes. Can they be made into good stories now? Yes. Was it a good thing then? Was it fun? Yes. Was it good? Anyway, I love symbiotes. It is a, for me it's a so good it's or so bad it's good sort of thing. If you like them because you genuinely like them, great. I'm happy for you. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. And Alien, this is also a 5. Alien 5. That's a cool cover with the Queen. I do love Inhyuk. Is that how it's pronounced? Inhyuk? Inhyuk? Love his cover art. And I've been continuing to enjoy this story. But I'm a big Alien fan, so it's real easy to please me when it comes to that. Like I love the old Dark Horse stuff. I know it's horrible, but I love it. All right. Anyway, that's it. I don't think there was really anything else that. There wasn't anything else that I got, but I don't think there was anything else that I was really thinking about getting. The only thing I thought about maybe getting was, like, if there was a really cool variant cover to Moon Knight, I might have picked that up, like a ratio or something, but none of them, I didn't think any of them were good enough. The regular cover was my favorite cover, so I just got that. There you go. So yeah, that is it. Please let me know your thoughts, what you got, what you're most excited for, your thoughts on the things that I got. Like, subscribe, notification bell, it's all the YouTube stuff. Do that. And of course, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.